African American Literature, Professor Dr. Benson. Self-perception. In today's age and the growing trend in American society of what's hot and what's not tends to have a huge impact on one's self-perception. According to Merriam-Webster, self-perception is defined as the idea that you have about the kind of person you are. Prior to taking the African American Literature course, straight and/or wavy hair was viewed as the ideal standard of attractiveness. Many referred to straight and/or wavy hair as good hair, whereas tight, kinky, and curly hair as nappy or bad hair, as portrayed by society. As a Black woman dissatisfied with the texture of my hair and society's view of what was ideal, felt obligated to add chemicals and purchase hair extensions to achieve the ideal look of society. Well, the terms good hair and bad hair originated during slavery. The closer one's hair was to white European hair and the lighter one's complexion was, increased the value of the slave. In Clotel, or The President's Daughter, by William Brown, Clotel has what society would consider good hair and a light complexion. There she stood with a complexion as white as most of those who were waiting with the wish to become her purchasers. Her features as finely defined as any of her sex of pure Anglo-Saxon. Her long black wavy hair done up in the neatest manner. Her form tall and graceful, and her whole appearance indicating one superior to her position. The auctioneer goes on to explain that this is Miss Clotel, and she has been reserved for the end because she is the most valuable. To explain, Miss Clotel is the most valuable because of her good hair and her light complexion. After taking the African American Literature course, the self-perception of hair has changed. Knowing now that my hair is meant to protect me from the sun's rays when it is in its natural state. Also realizing that black hair in its natural state is beautiful, incredibly versatile, and it's a part of my culture. The point I'm trying to make is there's no such thing as good hair or bad hair. Some hair is straight and fine, some hair has bouncy curls, and some hair is kinky. You can lock it, weave it, curl it, relax it, crimp it, dye it, and lay it to the side, but do it for you. It's your hair. Embrace it. And here are some natural styles. Importance of African American literature. African American literature is a very complex genre. Its body of work is broad and thought-provoking, with much of its content focusing on race, bigotry, and hardship. African American literature has the tendency to rip the blinders off people's eyes, bringing them face to face with the harsh realities of America's past. Of course, there is a flip side to African American literature. There are uplifting tales about triumph and survival. Reading African American literature is like reading a journal of African American culture. Arthur Schomburg, a writer and activist, as an adolescent was told by a teacher that blacks had no history. In a quest to prove the teacher wrong, Schomburg collected literature, art, slave narratives, and other materials of African history. Schomburg believed that African Americans should know and preserve their history, so African Americans cannot be told they have no history or accomplishments. Even with all of these strides towards racial and social equality, there is more to do. As a society, we can and shall advance even further when it comes to prejudices. Reading African American literature is an important way to continue this trend of moving towards racial and social equality.